Alrighty, what's up guys? Another day, another sneaker video, and if you couldn't tell by the title, this is a video on the Air Jordan 11 Cool Grays. So whether you follow me on Instagram or you're a longtime viewer of the channel, you'll know that I pick up sneakers quite habitually. Like, I'm buying pretty much something every other day, which is disgusting to say. In a case like this, I have 4 pairs of them, well technically 3 now, which I'll talk about later. And I'm obviously one person, I don't need more than 1 pair. However, I made a resolution to myself in the new year, this 2022, is if I'm buying sneakers, I'm either going to wear them or they need to be moved ASAP. And in the case of this sneaker, it is for sure a wear. It's a sneaker that I've been waiting a long time for. But yeah, I barely leave the house these days. You'll see me most of the time wearing sweats, and these will probably be some house slippers for now until I'm able to go out and do things. At the time you're making this, this is gonna be funny to look back on, but the Omarion variant is running rampant, so really just staying indoors these days. But you've probably seen these all over the internet. If you don't already have a pair yourself, I figured I'd give you guys my take on the sneaker, and we could actually start with the box. So it's a retro style Nike Air Jordan box. Jordan brand sort of repurposes this box in many different iterations of retros over the last few years. Inside the box, nothing special, it's just a black plastic paper, again period correct as to the 90s when this box was pretty common. At the box label, these are an Air Jordan 11 Retro in a colorway of medium gray, multicolor and multi, which is pretty much just white. It's interesting that they use a medium gray color on here, just because these have historically been dubbed as the Cool Gray 11s. They had a retail price on their release of $225 USD, and I got these in my true size of a 9.5 because that's what I'd recommend as far as sizing is. Getting to the sneakers themselves, they are a retro version of the iconic Cool Gray Air Jordan 11. You know, the Air Jordan 11 is a very desirable model, and this specific colorway is one that sneakerheads have been looking forward to for a long time. Unlike other Air Jordan 11s of the past, these are done up in a nubuck upper, so that gray part up top is in a pretty nice nubuck, I want to say. Below that is the iconic patent leather, again in a complementary gray color. You'll notice that the cut is a lot higher as it reflects the higher cut, you know, getting closer to that OG look back in the 90s. Of course, you get your standard rope laces with any Air Jordan 11, sort of like a speed lacing system, again on point with any Air Jordan 11. One thing worth noting is this section right here on the tongue. A lot of people don't know this detail, but if you look at it head on, it looks like some Greek hieroglyphics or something. But if you actually turn it sideways, it says Jumpman Jordan. That's standard on both highs and lows of the Air Jordan 11. Definitely a neat feature for sure if you didn't know. Other standard Air Jordan 11 stuff, you get your Jumpman on both ankles. One faces the other way, which is period correct. On the back, you get that 23 insignia that's stamped on there. The inner lining is a gray. You get a pretty thick insole there with the Jumpman logo. On the back, you get this tag that reads quality basketball products inspired by the greatest player ever. Moving down the sneaker, you get this white EVA foam midsole, and then underneath, you get this now standard icy blue outsole. You get your hits of this herringbone traction pattern at the bottom. At one point, these were peak basketball technology ridden sneakers, and I know even to this day, people are hooping in Air Jordan 11 Retros. From my understanding on court, this herringbone traction pattern is super on point. You can't see it physically, but within the sole, it uses Nike Air technology. And then adding to the technology and comfort, you get this carbon fiber shank here. This is really providing torsional support and rigidity. For someone like me and most people buying these sneakers, this tech jargon isn't really relevant. And you won't really notice the technology unless you jump from sneaker to sneaker. In a case like this, these are cool to just stomp around in all day. A lot of people complain about quality control. My take on it at this point is, you know, Nike and Jordan brand quality isn't the best, and you're paying $225 retail, that is, for the look and the aesthetic of the sneaker, not so much, you know, the overall quality and craftsmanship. A lot of people need to understand that these are mass-produced items, and really if you're displeased with the quality that they put out, then don't spend your money on these. Look into different brands such as Asics or New Balance that, you know, provide more of a quality product. So getting to really the part of the video that is my take on these are not an OG colorway, meaning not a colorway that Michael Jordan wore on court back in the 90s, although he did wear these a few times on court with the Wizards towards the tail end of his playing career. But for me personally, these are a nostalgic sneaker for sure. Jordan brand puts out a bunch of cool gray sneakers all the time, but I think this one hits home for me the most just because of the release patterns back in the day. So these were first seen in 2001. I was like 5 years old when these released. More so a few years later into 2010. I was in early high school back then, and at the time, obviously, I wasn't gonna ask my parents to spend over $100 on a pair of sneakers for me, and I didn't really have any means of income or anything really to get any expensive sneakers, which is partially why I'm going on a rampage now to, you know, fulfill my childhood dreams. And then about 10 years later, here in 2021, here I am finally with a pair, well, technically 3 or 4 pairs of them now. You know, the nostalgia in this pair is really big for me. I remember those days in high school, seeing people wear these on feet and knowing that I wasn't able to ever get my hands on them. I also did want to give an honorable mention to the low-cut version of the Cool Gray 11. Jordan Brand puts out hybrid colorways on the Jordan 11 Low. I've had a few in the past. Personally, those didn't hit home for me as this true mid-cut does. And then just some additional information as well. Jordan Brand drops in 11 every holiday season. This dates back to like 2009. The most recent one, so last year in 2020, was the Jubilees, and the year before that were the Bread 11s or the Playoff 11s, which I was able to get my hands on both. And usually when they do these holiday drops, they usually put them out in mass quantities. Jordan Brand and Nike had supposedly produced over 1 million pairs of these, which I kind of believe because I know a lot of people were able to get their hands on a pair. At the time when these dropped in December, if you tried hard enough, you were probably able to get your hands on them. I put in pretty decent effort and obviously ended up with 4. So this pair right here, along with another, I actually caught them on the Nike Sneakers app early. They had shock dropped them on the Nike Sneakers app in like mid-November, and I was able to get access on my account along with Steph's account, shout out to her. And then on release day, I was able to get 2 more. So one I had entered through the Champ Sports, Foot Locker, East Bay, new raffle systems on their app. And then I guess the even bigger story is I was on vacation in Hawaii and I'd entered a raffle over there at their Kith Honolulu location, and I was able to secure a pair there. So 4 pairs in total. I'd already sold 1, definitely keeping 1 pair to wear, probably 1 pair to stock, and then the third one is sort of up in the air. These retailed for $225, which is a bit steep. Prices are only gonna go up, and the longer you wait, the higher the prices are gonna get. These are super wearable. Again, I don't really go out much. I'm probably gonna wear these around the house with some sweats, and then, you know, with some pants, chinos, denim, whatever. Gray color goes along with pretty much anything. So I'm very excited to have these in the winter months, and then obviously in the summer, wear some crew socks and some shorts and I'll be money. Be sure to follow me on all platforms, drop a like, comment, and subscribe, because that pretty much wraps up this video. I'm very close to 5,000 subscribers at the time of making this video, and there's a lot more content to come, so if you like content like this, definitely stick around. That's all for now though. Hope to catch you guys in the next video. Peace.